there, fellow collector, Shuki here with a review of the Super Sentai Artisan, Gosei Sentai Dairanger, Aura Changer, and Kiba Changer. I guess that's the only representation of the Kiba Changer on this box. So this is the next series in the Super Sentai Artisan Changer line after the Doron Changer. Next up was the Aura Changer and the Kiba Changer. So again, just like the Doron Changer, a pretty nice recreation of the original Dairanger box. Obviously, this used to be a window packaging, but not so much on this one. But pretty cool, nonetheless. You have the Aura Changer logo and kind of design up here. You can just kind of tell that this is from the 90s. And then down here you have the Kiba Ranger, or Kiba Changer rather. There's Kiba Ranger right there. Version of that. I really wish the Kiba Changer like box art was on the back here, but it came in a very different style box, if I remember correctly, so it probably wouldn't have just translated well, but this is a pretty cool photo. I will definitely give it that. Kiba Ranger is one of my all-time favorite suits. It's just always been one of my favorite suits since Power Ranger days. So I will definitely give it that. And I really enjoyed Dairanger when I watched it, despite the really weird ending. But anyway, this was released in March 2017 for just about a year ago for 10,584 yen, give or take, depending on when and where you picked it up before middleman fees and all that stuff. So the same price as the Doron Changer, except I think this is actually a lot better than the Doron Changer. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this open and take a look. Alright, so the set itself includes the Aura Spreader, the Aura Gather, the Kiba Spreader, and the Kiba Emblem, which is actually really cool. This is a full die-cast metal keychain that can clip onto your actual keychain should you want it to. It's just one of those little push clips. Which I think is pretty cool. It's not entirely screen accurate. The screen accurate one I think is just a normal key ring, but this is a lot more functional, so I'll go for functional over screen accuracy. But very, very cool. Like, you could beat someone with this. Like, if you flung it at someone's face, you'd probably cause them to bleed. So there's that. I don't know why that's a selling point. But here is the Kiba Changer. Pet hair, not included. It gets everywhere. I can't help it. But very nice plastic work on this. It's kind of a off-white, sort of not pearly, but I don't know the word. But it's got nice little like graphite colored speckles in it, which makes it look really cool. And then the gold chrome work here is very nice as well. So I do appreciate that. Obviously, these are very much similar in size and shape and function to the original 1993 toys. Yes, 1993? Yeah, nailed it. So definitely very cool. I do appreciate that, since I never had a Kiba Changer, and the only time I had an Aura Changer was when it was the Magna Defender Morpher in Lost Galaxy. That's my only version of that, so I was very excited to get this set. And it's even like the old style vinyl straps, which I think is really cool, since nowadays they do like the little holes and peg, sort of like watch band style straps. And before that they were using like I guess it's also a nylon, maybe? Or is this nylon and then it was vinyl? I don't know. But so it's cool to kind of revisit the older style straps, and there should be plenty of room on here for some bigger wrists. This is about as far as you could go, and that's a pretty decent size, if I do say so myself. Moment of truth, we'll try the Aura Gather and see if it fits my big old fat wrists. So very cool. And here is the Aura Changer version. Just flat black plastic, so it doesn't really scream as cool to me as the Kiba Changer one. But still very nice looking, nonetheless. And again, these are huge upgrades from the original 1993 versions. The lights are very similar, but obviously a lot brighter, more vibrant, and the sounds are definitely a lot better. Again, 1993 toy, all you had was brr, 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 and stuff like that. Very not thrilling. Aura Changer, right there. You have the 5 colors of the Dairanger right there. And of course, this does splay out and pop out, just like it does in the series. And this is a full die-cast ring right there, which I think is pretty cool. Because when you're actually doing like the transformations and stuff, like you have to insert it into the Aura Changer. And I guess if you like do it too hard, well, one, that happens. And I guess if this was plastic, it could break. So having it out of die-cast is pretty cool. So I will definitely give it that. So let's go ahead and see if this fits my big ol' fat wrists. It should go out like that. Yes, right? This is right. Also more than fit. So I got that much space left. Still crooked, but so like I got that much space left on there, and my wrists are pretty big. So any adult collector getting this should be able to wear this if you're doing a cosplay or something cool like that. I don't know, I like the function of this. It's just really neat. It's kind of like a hidden blade from Assassin's Creed, except it's on the top of your wrist. So the bottom, I guess if you flip around. Never mind. We're not here for that. We're not here for that. So there we go. Very cool. These look great. This in particular is very, very impressive. So onwards with the sounds. We'll go ahead and set this aside. We'll do the Aura Changer first. Again, not as huge of a sound set as the SP license, the Master license, or the Fire license, or anything like that, but it's a definite improvement over the Doron Changer. Very cool, and if I remember correctly, they actually got the cast back together to record the roll calls and stuff for this toy, as opposed to trying to rip them from the TV show, which I think is great. Like, that's fantastic. I appreciate that greatly. So let's go ahead and check this out. So there is the transformation tune all by itself, and I'll make sure there's a little tiny hole right there, tiny peg button right there that you can see. And so I'll try to actually make sure this stays on the button so you can see the lights this time around. Very, very cool. So you get the full roll call in there with the neat background music, which is really neat. I love the musical tunes that are in these like Sentai Artisan and Complete Selection modification toys. Makes it really exciting. So there you got the roll call with a different background tune, which is pretty cool, and the fun continues. That one's really cool because I played the theme song. And I always love it when toys play the theme song. It's my jam. So there was the background music from the first time that we did the transformation, but without the roll call. So pretty cool. I think that was the one that was used most throughout the series. And there you go. That wasn't quite the roll call. That was something completely different that I can't remember what it exactly is, but it's not the roll call. So there you go. But very cool. And from here on, it'll just cycle. Back to the transformation sound. So we'll go ahead and flip that off and jump over to the Kiba Changer. I'll just scoot that out of the way. Bring in the Kiba Changer. You got it, dude. So, go ahead and use the Kiba Emblem. And this one's a little bit quicker to do because it's only one dude as opposed to 5 dudes. So there is the transformation, which is cool. Tigers are neat. So you get to hear a lot of the song, because again, there's only one dude that time around. And again, that was that alternate sound clip. And then back to the transformation. So, one thing I do want to address as we kind of wrap this up, buying these secondhand is kind of a pain in the butt. And that is because the original run of these, they screwed up. And I have these right here. So for those that like pre-order through a middleman or something like that, I think a lot of stores probably did it too, just to be on the safe side of things and be truthful and all that. So the first batch that got out doesn't actually have the transformation sound in these. And so they realized that after they had produced the toy that they didn't have the actual transformation sound in the changers. They jam-packed it with all this background music and roll calls and everything, but they didn't actually have the transformation sound in the transformation devices, which is definitely not something that you want to do. So they were quickly, I don't know if a second batch was made in which you could buy the actual product and you got the proper ones, but those that got the defunct, I guess they're defunct, ones received a small box, and inside were just these two things, which you see right here. These are the original ones. And just to kind of show that off, I'll show it off with Kiba, just because it's faster. So, you know the Tiger Roar transformation. It just goes straight into the background music and roll call. There's no actual transformation sound in these at all, which I think is really funny. And just for the aura changer, again, right into the roll call, which is really funny that they actually produced changers that didn't have the transformation sound in them. That's really funny. But I digress. They fixed their problem. They made sure everyone got these free of charge. You might probably have to pay shipping for your middleman, obviously, but stuff like that. So they did rectify their problem, and I appreciate that. But these are pretty cool, and considering it's the same price as a Doron Changer, you feel like you're getting a lot more out of this. Not only are these, again, hard to come by in good condition, they are significantly upgraded versions. You have the actual transformation sounds from the show, you have the background music, you have the roll calls, which again I believe are newly recorded at the time of this release, so very, very cool and very much worth it over the Doron Changer. And that's not to say I don't like the Doron Changer, I gave it a good review and it's a toy that I really enjoy, but considering that these are the same price, you get 2 sets of changers and a lot better quality sounds. I feel like this was definitely a lot worth the price compared to the Doron Changer. And again, these are pretty hard to come by on the aftermarket for a nice price and in good condition. Plus, if you jumped on the bandwagon early, you got an extra set to do like cosplays or just wear around and stuff, and that's always pretty cool too. So very neat. If you're a fan of Dairanger, I definitely recommend picking this set up if you haven't already. Definitely really cool. Those roll calls and stuff are just really, really neat. So that about does it for this review. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care and have a great one. Bye. I'd like to thank Joey, Mr. Mike, Joshua, and all my fans who support me on Patreon.